From $1 million watches to some of the funkiest footwear that you could ever imagine, players have gotten busted for making outrageous fashion statements in NFL games. And these are accessories that were banned in the NFL. One banned accessory in the NFL are Yeezy cleats. Yeezy is a brand that falls under Adidas label but is owned and designed by rapper Kanye West. In 2016, Von Miller of the Denver Broncos and DeAndre Hopkins of the Houston Texans both wore Yeezy cleats during pregame warm-ups and an actual game. While Miller was not fined for wearing the cleats during warm-ups, Hopkins received a fine of $6,000 from the league for wearing them in a game against the Chicago Bears. The reason for the fine was that Yeezy cleats did not comply with the NFL's uniform policy, which requires players to wear footwear with a solid base color. The Yeezy cleats, known for their unique and unconventional designs, did not meet this requirement. After being fined, DeAndre Hopkins announced that he would continue to wear the Yeezy cleats only if Kanye West, the designer, would pay the fines. Kanye, however, didn't agree to the terms. Turns out Kanye has other things on his plate, like redesigning the concept of time while collaborating with aliens on intergalactic fashion trends in the outer realms of the universe, where Kanye West's creativity knows no bounds.
AMP Summer Camp.
Might have gotten Hopkins into trouble, but they aren't the only shoes banned by the NFL policy. The NFL has strict rules regarding shoe colors that should match a player's team uniform. In the past, there have been instances where players were penalized for wearing cleats that did not comply with the uniform policy. Chad Ochocinco, known for his colorful personality, was fined $20,000 for wearing golden cleats that did not match his team's colors. Similarly, Bernard Berrien, a former wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings, was fined $5,000 for wearing yellow cleats. Odell Beckham Jr. has also faced consequences for wearing customized cleats that violated the uniform policy. In one instance, he wore cleats inspired by the Joker but was instructed to change them during halftime to be allowed back into the game, leaving Odell looking like the real joke that game. However, it wasn't his last attempt to make an illegal fashion statement on the field of play. Beckham also wore cleats dedicated to the late analyst Craig Sager, which resulted in an $18,000 fine imposed by the league. Shoes are one thing, but the NFL is just getting started. They also don't want players showing off too much skin. I mean, is this a professional sport or a church choir? Players cannot wear pants that don't cover the knee area. Odell Beckham Jr. and Jerry Hughes both had their own encounters with the NFL's uniform policy regarding the rule. During a game against the Seahawks, OBJ wore short pants that did not meet the requirement of covering the knee area. As a result, he was fined a significant amount of $14,037 for violating the uniform rule. Similarly, Jerry Hughes, a player from the Houston Texans, also found himself in violation of the rule regarding pants length. He was fined a lesser amount of $5,305 for not adhering to the requirement of pants covering the knee area. And pant length isn't the only restrictive rule that treats players like high schoolers. In the NFL, there is a uniform rule regarding the height of socks worn by players. The league requires players to wear socks that are pulled up to a certain height, typically up to the knees. Frank Gore, during his time with the San Francisco 49ers, reportedly violated this rule during the NFC Championship game against the Falcons. He received a hefty fine of $10,500 for wearing socks that were deemed too low, not meeting the league's required height. In 2020, Juju Smith-Schuster, a player for the Pittsburgh Steelers at the time, faced a similar situation. He was fined $5,000 for not pulling his socks all the way up to his knees, thus violating the uniform policy. His teammate James Conner also received the same penalty for not abiding by the league's rules regarding sock height. Some of these rules seem nuts, but you know what else seems nuts? That you are watching this and haven't subscribed to our channel yet. go ahead and hit that thumbs up and subscribe, so we can tell you more about these weird band accessories in the NFL, like this next one. The NFL takes its equipment regulations seriously, even down to the details of face masks and visors. They have banned non-standard or overbuilt face masks due to concerns about the added weight affecting the helmet's structural integrity and potentially causing fatigue to the neck extensors. However, players can request a medical exemption if they can prove a legitimate need. Khalil Mack's request to continue using his college overbuilt face mask was denied, while Justin Tuck was granted a medical exemption to continue using his. It's all about balancing safety and player preferences within the guidelines. Overbuilt masks aren't the only accessory banned when it comes to NFL headwear. The NFL has strict regulations regarding helmet visors to maintain visibility for both players and medical.
On top of HEB's every prices, you could save even more with hundreds of coupons. In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2. Yeah, there's only 2.
This Sunday was the perfect idea with all these big launch events coming up. Absolutely. Yeah. These launches just keep getting harder. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you know without applause at my first launch 16 years ago. Sliding to unlock, sliding to unlock. Anyway, now it seems like every time I turn around, phones like you are doing stuff I can't. Like uploading old photos, answering unknown calls with AI, and like translating messages. It's exhausting, but I've still got a few tricks up my sleeve. Like, that's under wraps. But let's just say you'll be USB-C'ing soon. You're finally getting USB-C charging. What? How did you know? Lucky guess. Yeah.
And medical staff while ensuring consistent and professional appearances on the field. Dark tinted helmet visors and visors with designs have specific regulations within the NFL. Dark tinted visors are generally banned, with exceptions granted only for medical reasons or if the visor is made by Oakley, a brand with a partnership with the NFL. In 2019, Odell Beckham Jr. caused another uniform controversy when he wore a dark tinted visor and was required to change before entering the game. The league encourages players to wear clear visors, particularly those made by Oakley. In a separate instance, Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns gained attention for wearing helmet visors with designs during warm-ups. His visors featured designs inspired by popular shows like Dragon Ball Z and Stranger Things. Since Garrett did not wear these visors in an official game, no fines were issued. Damn! Maybe if Garrett wore his Dragon Ball Z visor, he would have unlocked his Super Saiyan powers. I guess we'll never know. The NFL is all business, so this next rule might not surprise you. In the NFL, there is a rule that requires all players to tuck in their jerseys during games. This rule is enforced to maintain a neat and uniform appearance on the field. Tucking in the jerseys helps officials and referees easily identify players and their uniform numbers, ensuring clarity and consistency during gameplay. Failing to comply with this rule can result in penalties or fines imposed by the league. Players are expected to adhere to the uniform guidelines to uphold the professional image of the NFL and promote a cohesive look among teams. So, if you were wondering why players all tuck in their jerseys, it's not because they're a bunch of uptight nerds. They just don't want to get fined. But there are other jersey-related rules as well, like the fact that you can't wear a jersey that tears right off as soon as it gets yanked on, like the ones at the strip club. You know what I'm talking about. The rule about not allowing tearaway jerseys in the NFL is quite interesting. In the past, some players had the brilliant idea of wearing tearaway jerseys, thinking it would make them impossible to tackle. They believed that if they could easily rip off their jerseys, defenders wouldn't be able to grab hold of them. However, the league quickly realized the potential chaos that would ensue on the field if tearaway jerseys were allowed. Picture this. A player darts down the field, and with a simple tug, their jersey comes off, fluttering away like confetti. Opposing players would be left flailing, desperately trying to tackle a half-naked player. It would certainly be a comical sight, but not ideal for a fair and organized game. Today, players must rely on their athletic abilities and not their wardrobe choices to evade defenders and make impressive plays. We can all be thankful that we're spared from witnessing unexpected wardrobe malfunctions that could rival even the most infamous halftime show incidents. We're talking to you, Justin. Not only do they have to keep their jerseys on, but NFL players also have to be sneaky, hiding non-partnered brand logos with tape. In the NFL, players are allowed to wear apparel from brands that are not partnered with the league, such as molded shoes. But the NFL requires players to cover any visible logos or branding with tape. This is because the brands that sponsor the NFL and have partnerships pay millions of dollars to ensure that the NFL doesn't promote any competitors. So, before games, you might spot players meticulously applying tape over the logos on their shoes or any other visible branding on their apparel. It's a small measure to ensure that they don't get their pockets picked for breaking the rules. The NFL wants to protect their partners from companies that compete with them. They also want to protect their players from looking like pirates. Well, that's the only explanation we can think of for banning this next accessory. The league didn't want players getting too stylish under their helmets. Back in 2001, the owners collectively decided to outlaw the use of headbands, bandanas, and do-rags as accessories on the field. Perhaps they were concerned that players would start a new trend or distract opponents with their fashionable headgear. But no matter the reason, it became clear that bandanas were a no-go in the NFL. In recent times, players have felt the sting of this ban. Just take Demario Davis, the talented linebacker for the New Orleans Saints. He found himself in hot water when he dared to wear a headband under his helmet. The league promptly handed him a fine of $7,017 for his fashion-forward choice. Yes, the league goes to great lengths to prevent their players from making fashionable expressions on the field. But one player has broken these rules in more ways than any other player. And let's look at one last attempt he made to make a bold fashion statement in an NFL game. Players in the league are allowed to showcase their personal style by wearing jewelry on the field. It's an opportunity for them to express themselves, whether for sentimental reasons, superstitious beliefs, or simply to add a touch of flair to their game day attire. However, the league does have some limits when it comes to jewelry. The prohibition of hard objects aims to ensure the safety of all players involved. This means that while players can rock their chains, bracelets, and other adornments, they
Universal Technical Institute.
bracelets, and other adornments, they need to be mindful of the potential risks they may pose to themselves or their opponents. For instance, wearing a watch or a ring with sharp edges could increase the chances of causing injuries during tackles or contact plays. The NFL wants to maintain a level playing field where athletes can compete safely without undue risks stemming from jewelry-related incidents. And once again, the player who has become famous for crossing the line in terms of NFL uniform standards is the most famous offender of this rule as well. Odell Beckham Jr.'s extravagant watch collection certainly turned some heads in the NFL. With his Richard Mille timepiece worth a small fortune, he became the center of attention on and off the field. Let's face it, a $250,000 watch is not your average accessory. So the NFL had a little chat with OBJ and kindly requested that he refrain from flaunting his luxurious timepiece during games under the hard object ruling. But Odell being Odell, he couldn't resist taking things up a notch. He decided to wear an even more expensive Richard Mille watch, this time valued at a jaw-dropping $2 million. However, he was smart enough to limit his display to warm-up sessions, avoiding any potential penalties or disputes with the league. Preventing players from wearing hard objects does make sense. And so does this next rule that prevents teams from running a particular type of trick play. The league has a rule that states players cannot wear headgear or any other equipment or apparel that might cause confusion. If a player decides to rock some headgear or gear that happens to match the color of the football a little too closely, it can create quite a ruckus on the field. Imagine a player sprinting down the field and suddenly the opponent starts chasing him down, thinking his helmet is the football. It would be like the offense performing magic tricks on the field. Now, to avoid this chaos and keep the game flowing smoothly, the uniform inspector and the referees are tasked with the important duty of ensuring that players don't blend in with the pigskin. They have the power to veto any equipment or apparel that they believe may cause confusion among the players. There you have it. Those were accessories that were banned in the NFL. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. Also, check out the other videos currently up on your screen to keep on watching our NFL-related content.
Name is one of the most comprehensive ones you don't get when you graduate.
These accessories?
Banned in the NFL. And to start, we have to talk about helmets because in 2019, Antonio Brown was so pissed over the league's helmet rules that he held out a training camp, and the league forced Brown to choose a new helmet after banning his old one once he was traded to the Raiders. However, Brown was used to wearing his own helmet, which he'd worn for 10 years. So Brown was willing to do whatever it took to keep his old helmet, even if that meant filing a grievance against the league. And unsurprisingly, the league won the grievance, forcing Brown to pick a new helmet. On top of this, the Raiders fined him for missing practice time. Let's talk about dark visors. The real reason players wore dark visors isn't what you may think. Just ask. Daniel, who became the first.
Turn the washroom forward. Where's the immersion?